to Japan Web3 Weekly, presented by Wakedo. I'm Keisuke, co-founder and CEO. This is our 24th episode of Japan Web3 Weekly, where we bring you key developments from Japan Web3 market every Sunday. While we usually review the past week's developments in Japan's Web3 market, today we are bringing you another special episode focusing on a significant development in Japan's regulatory landscape. The Financial Services Agency's consideration of a new crypto asset brokerage license. This could be a game-changing development for Japan's Web3 ecosystem, and I'm excited to walk you through the details. Let me start by explaining why this new license is being considered. For quite some time now, the FSA has been receiving requests from various companies, particularly gaming companies and telecom providers, who want to facilitate crypto asset and stablecoin transaction within their apps and non-custodial wallets. These companies want to serve as intermediaries between VASPs and users. But under current regulations, this kind of intermediary activity sometimes requires a full VASP license. Now what's particularly interesting is that the FSA has made it clear that the need for licensing isn't simply determined by where the transaction takes place. Whether the transaction happens within a game app or redirects to a VASP's platform, the key factor is the nature of the intermediary role itself. This brings us to why this new development is so significant. You see, when businesses are only acting as intermediaries, they are not holding any customer assets and they are not direct parties to the transactions. The risks involved are significantly lowered compared to running a full exchange operation. The FSA has recognized that requiring these businesses to obtain a full VASP license might be excessive and could potentially hold back innovation in the sector. The proposed brokerage license is being designed with a very practical approach. Companies won't be allowed to hold user assets. The regulations will primarily focus on user protection and advertising. There's also going to be an affiliation system with VASPs, where the VASPs will be responsible for oversight and potential damages. And importantly, the financial requirements will be less stringent than those for a full VASP license. Now let me tell you why I believe this could be transformative for Japan's Web3 ecosystem. Currently, many companies that want to integrate Web3 features into their services face significant regulatory hurdles. With this new license, gaming companies could more easily launch Web3 games, telecom providers could expand their wallet services, and users would have better access to Web3 services overall. The lower barriers to entry could lead to more innovation and a more dynamic market. What I find most encouraging about this development is how it demonstrates the positive relationship between regulators and industry players in Japan. We are seeing a shift from opposition to cooperation, working together for sustainable growth. This balanced approach to regulation truly benefits everyone involved. Users get better protection and more services, businesses face reasonable regulatory requirements, and the regulators maintain appropriate oversight. This is exactly the kind of development that makes me optimistic about the future of Web3 in Japan. It shows that our regulatory framework can evolve to support innovation while maintaining necessary safeguards. That's all for this week's Japan's Web3 Weekly. Wakedo helps international projects enter the Japanese market through comprehensive support services, including market research, content localization, and social media management. See you next week!